Hi, this is Cynthia Ortiz again. It's the Charles Berry Stalker Podcast, number 2 for the day, December 15, 2022, Thursday. Do the disclaimer, use allegedly, nobody's been found guilty in a court of law yet, and apply the but-for legal standard. But for Mr. Perry's trying to just devastate my life, we wouldn't do this to document it. It is crime. Lots of felonies, lots and lots of felonies. Life sentences and crap like that. 5 years minimum for perjury. There's like a lot of counts of that. How many counts of sex trafficking are they going to charge you with, Mr. Perry? Are they going to give you a life sentence consecutively or concurrently? Do you know? Oh, you've been trying to call our guy and he won't call you back, right? What do you think you were going to do? Bribe him? I'll make it worth your while. Isn't that what you tell people? I've heard you say it. So is he. He laughs. He's like, oh my God. Okay, so he thinks he's going to say that to me. He's like, he's not going to say that to me. It won't go well for him if he does that. So, my guy will not call him back. We've got this Texas senator that's getting investigated for sex trafficking and human trafficking and raping women and exploitation and violating human rights. Dogs are treated better. And he's got this woman in Tulsa that keeps quoting him. She's finding out what he's doing beforehand, not after. And he wants to talk to her boss. He's going to call him up and say, we'll make it worth your while. We just need, her to apologize. Bullshit. Oh, my God. My guy's furious. Anyway, and the guy goes, and no one's calling. He wants to go above her head and talk to her boss, and no one's calling him back. But we know that call was made. We have known. We've said that for a long time. You're making me a fucking legend, calling people, asking if they're helping me. I need you to stop stopping my crime. Please stop stopping my crime. Yeah, hold your breath. Everybody will get right on it. They'll just get right on that. So last night and today, like I said, the longer he's in my life, the more he contacts me, the longer I'm broke, the longer Mike Neely's in jail, the longer, Mr. Perry peeps and pokes and hacks and, all he does all day is sit on his fat, lazy ass, pervert around and bother me and sit around trying to figure out what crap he's going to do next. So we're getting, like, names of people helping him, like Sanjay, hacker guy, Fat Bald Calvin, and Geppetto the Witch, and, all this stuff. And so I'm trying to pull up let it go. Hacker. Hang on. Okay, so this is what's on Facebook. Mr. Perry won't let me pull up. I'm having to pull it up in my photos and what I sent to my attorney. So what we got him last night because I'm still broke. He's making me broke, and he brags about it. I'm making you broke. Right, and you're going to go to jail for witness tampering and coercion, and the act is grand larceny with intent to coerce and interference with contracts and commerce with intent to coerce. Right? Okay, you're ready. You know that's coming, right? How many counts are they going to charge you with? You and David and Calvin and Lucius. Okay, so we got all this. See, we have names. You don't know my guy's name. You're just making these random phone calls hoping you're going to get him, and he knows that. And he's not going to call you back. He said, I've been listening to Mr. P. Phone call is this. We're talking. You say something and I listen. And then I say something and then you listen. I've been listening to Charles Perry for years. He's not listening to me. What I said is she's not to be broke again. You're not to invade her privacy anymore and do not contact her anymore. Get out of her life. Get out of her life. Or we'll get more until your arrest. I'm about to make things very, very bad for you. Right? Prison? Isn't prison bad? Okay. He's about ready. He said, I've been listening to him. What's he going to tell me I don't already know? I'm the one telling you. Here's what he said last night. Get her in a shelter. Take her computer and her driver's license. That way she can't get a job. She can't do school. She can't get school money. Easier to traffic that way, right? Yep. See, I'm the one that knows. I'm the victim. It's different when you do it to me. Why is that? Lucius, Geppetto, Calvin, Charles, Dave, Josh, Joe, Matt. Why is it different when you're trying to traffic me? I found out beforehand, not after. So we've documented this. But for Mr. Perry doing that, we wouldn't document it in podcasts and emails. Then when he does it, we're like, well, I told you so. I did just say. That's what he's trying to do. It is crime. It's not a trophy. It didn't get you a date. 13 years, you have not one date with me. You have no chance of that. I don't go out with cruel men. I don't go out with princesses either. I'm not lesbian, and I don't like guys who act like little girls. I like men's men who are chivalrous. And guess what, Mr. Perry? 40 cops that are investigating you are very chivalrous and have zero problem getting information from right inside your criminal camp, and because they're nice. They're good men. They relieve suffering caused by crime. Guess what else? They all have women that just light up when they walk in the room, that absolutely adore them. And you don't have anything like that. Nothing. You can't look at results and go, well, I'm not getting what I want. My stated goal is not being met. Theirs are. Maybe I'm not doing it right. Maybe they are. People love them because they're kind. And they're offering hope that this ends. It's over. Nightmare's over. Because it's been a nightmare for everybody. You're terrorizing everybody. You absolutely horrify and disturb people and make them very uncomfortable with what you're doing to me. My guys, I hear about it all the time because guess what? They do return phone calls, just not to you. Just not to you. So, get her to a shelter where we can take her computer and her driver's license and it won't be linked to us. But it is because we heard you talking about it. And that way she can't do her schoolwork and won't get any more school money. Right? Didn't you say that? Documented and duly noted for the record. The judge who grants investigatory orders has already heard you say this. He's listening to you too. Then there's this one. We got to do a second false arrest. We just need her to apologize. We can't allow it to go to trial. There can't be a trial. We can't allow the truth to come out through a trial. Remember how many times I just said that, Mr. Perry? Because we've had this conversation before, many times. You guys come up with a plan. You get caught. You table it for a little bit. Let's let the dust settle and try again later. Then when you try again later, now you're talking about it a second time. Now we don't just have one recording of it. We got 50. Because you've talked about it 50 times. We only need one to prove malicious intent. One. Everybody else gets it the first time we say it. You're the only ones too slow that things have to be repeated over and over and over. Take her car, put her in a shelter. It's easier to traffic her. This is what you do to all your victims. But it's different when you do it to me because we get that and that. We get it before you do it, not after. In kindergarten, we all learned cause and effect. When you do it to me, you get caught. Same and different. It's different when you do it to me than your other victims. But it's the same every time you do it. We get the information before you do it, not after. Same, different, cause, effect, before and after. Kindergarten shit. Daycare stuff. Right? You don't have to watch Las Vegas CSI, as my manager said. When you spot a pattern, we learn that crap in kindergarten. Yeah, why'd she bring up crime? It was interesting that she said that. That was her slip up. You make a slip up, I'll catch it. All right, so the judge has already heard that. Okay, so here's the good thing. Here's the good thing that's happened over the last week. And I hope I don't cry. Everyone knows me, I don't cry. This is not something I do. Part of that is because our shrink said, Mr. Perry is a sexually dysfunctional sadist. He enjoys hurting people. He enjoys getting everybody mad at him and upset. He gets a sick thrill from it. He'll go, and the witness said also, rub one out. So you can't cry. He thinks that's sex. He thinks it's romantic. Everybody else is horrified by it. It's like BTK. He thought, yeah, this is what I did, and then I went in the other room and I got people, and then I put a bag over their head, and it made them die almost, and then I pulled it off, and I revived them. Then I did it again and again and again, and just tortured him like that for hours, and then I finally killed him, and then I went in the other room and ejaculated. And he said it like, yeah, I got up and went to work, brushed my teeth, picked up the clothes from the cleaners, picked up dinner, went home, watched a little TV, and went to bed. He said it just like that, just like it was no big deal. Everybody else is just absolutely horrified by it. And the same is true for Mr. Perry, and he is mentally retarded as well and cannot understand how what he's doing is coming across to everybody else and affecting everybody else. Everybody else is absolutely horrified and disturbed and very uncomfortable with what you're doing to me and Mike Neely. Very uncomfortable with it. So, we can get stuff like this, and no one will talk to you on the phone. You don't even have a name. We got Calvin, Geppetto, Blankenship, Beverly, Monique, Desiree, Sonjay the hacker. We got all these kind of names from right inside your criminal camp. We got all this here, I'm quoting. Lucius, we got Lucius's name. All this right here, I'm quoting. You guys talking. These were recorded and played for the judge already. Already. How many counts of sex trafficking are y'all going to get? It comes with a life sentence. Are they going to sentence you or ask for sentencing to be consecutive or concurrent? You tell us. You can make a phone call and get information, right? Yeah, our guy's like, he's not listening to me. What I said is, she's not to be broke anymore. She's to have her privacy back, and you don't contact her ever again in any way, shape, or form. Not at all. Do not contact her. I don't like it, Mr. Perry, and I told him that. I fucking hate it when he contacts me. I don't care what he thinks, and he acts like he thinks I care, and I fucking don't. I don't want any contact with you. I moved twice, started my life all over again to not have to talk to you, not have any contact with you at all. I fucking hate your guts. Everyone does. You're a monster. So the shrink tells me you can't cry. He actually thinks that's sex. So here's what you need to do. She trained me in how to not cry. But when somebody does some kindness, it gets to me. I fucking cry over that, and I cry over the Neelys and the Millers. I cry almost every day over the Neelys and the Millers. I have a hell of a time with that one. I made a phone call, and a cop was killed because of me. I don't call the cops anymore. Because I don't know if I'm going to get one that's on Perry's payroll and he's going to hurt me, or I'm going to get one like Lucky Miller and end up dead. I'm not going to get I just don't call them. There's other police from somewhere else helping me. They've been very covert. Nobody even knows who they are, and that's why they're alive and why I'm alive, frankly. They are able to get information just like this, and nobody can figure out how or who, but nobody knows how. So if I call a cop, now everybody knows I'm working with the XYZ cop, Chief Miller, Mike Neely, Brett Gibson, or whoever. So when one ends up dead, we're not going to have that happen twice. And everyone knows you did that, by the way. You're not fooling anybody. You pissed everybody off, and a lot of them are cops. There's a thing called cop family. The good cops are in that cop family. We don't leave one behind. We just don't do it. We don't do it. We got each other's back. We got each other's back. We got Mike's back. We're not leaving him behind. There's not a day that goes by that I don't talk about this. It gets to me, and I cry about that. Not much else. I've lost my home. I've lost everything I have. I didn't cry. I can't. He thinks it's sex. He's a sicko. He's a twisted, sick sex weirdo. So, but these kindnesses do make me cry. I can't. It just, man. Okay, so here's one thing. I gotta do this real quick. Okay, so I was gonna do a picture of it. My guy just said, don't do that. Just describe it. Okay, so I had a key, and lost the keychain. So it's just the key, and I go to my car guy, and I'm like, I need a new keychain. Do you have some? And he was like, no, but I can like make this paper one that we put on our rental cars. And I was like, okay. So he did that for me actually twice, and it's paper, so it rips. So that lasted about a week, and then the second one lasted another week, and I just have this key, and no keychain with it, and I have this dream that I'm delivering food to someone, and I put, okay, this part's just a dream. It's not real. It didn't really happen. It's just a dream. In my dream, I'm putting food down on somebody's porch, but the porch is kind of up, and it's up some stairs. And when I did that, I dropped my key down beside it into a hole, so I can't get my key. And I'm like, oh my God, now what do I do? So I turn around, and I'm just going, what the hell am I gonna do? And there's this little boy and his grandpa standing there, and the little boy's just cracking up, laughing. He's about 4 years old, and I look at him and I go, what are you laughing at? And he goes, you have this very big angel behind you. He's huge. And I said, is he funny because you're laughing? And he goes, he's just so huge. And he's like laughing, and he was like, you don't have anything to worry about here. And I was like, okay. And he's like, he's just big, he's huge, and he's right behind you. And I was like, I just kind of laughed, and then I wake up. Okay, the next day, and this was real. This really happened. This was not part of my dream. I'm walking, and again, I'm delivering food, so I'm walking in and out of restaurants and stuff. And I walk out of one, and I find this keychain that you can put around your wrist, and it's white pearl, just laying on the sidewalk there. And I look around to see, is like somebody dropped this or what? And I'm looking around, and nobody's around. So I pick it up, and I'm like, this is for my key. It's a white pearl, like an angel would be. It's not red, it's not green, it's not blue. It's white pearl, like an angel would be, and it's a perfect keychain for me. I can put it around my arm, my wrist. while I carry food so I don't lose my key. It's like God paying attention to the very small, minor details of our lives and the things that worry us that are so silly. This little boy that was laughing, it was just kind of laughing at me like, you don't have anything to worry about. Look, you should see this angel behind you. And he was just this cute little kid. His granddad was kind of like not even paying attention to him. But anyway, so that's one thing that happened. The other thing that happened is these guys like to jam up my Dasher app and do like, I've told everybody they hack my Dasher app. They have their friends call in and get around an algorithm, limit my money so I can only make barely enough to fucking eat. Sometimes I make a decision. Do I pay my car? Do I pay a place to live? Do I pay for a shower? Do I pay for, do I pay for food? Because it's that limited. I should be making about 100 to 150 a day, our forensic accountant says. I'm making about 50 to 60. It's pathetic. It is absolutely pathetic. I've never been this. I mean, when Mr. Perry said, I'm going to starve her until she lies, he's definitely carrying that threat out. I've applied to about 4 other places, very qualified to work at these places that I applied, and either I get a letter back that says you're not qualified, and I'm like, oh my God, wow, you fucking mirror, you work at this place, or nothing at all, which, that again, supports our witness. So this is not something that Mr. Perry's hiding. It's not something we didn't already talk about. We've talked about it a lot. This is what he does to his trafficking victims. He tears them down financially and relationship-wise and takes everything they have so they're easier to traffic. His clientele likes women who are a little smarter and can carry on an intelligent conversation. So he finds women that are kind of vulnerable, divorced with kids, puts them all, broadcasts us on the dark web, puts hidden cameras in their home. In our homes. And Mr. Perry, please stop, get out of my phone, and do not contact me again. He thinks he shouldn't know what I'm doing right now. Does he have an alibi for what he's doing right now? Yeah, see, he doesn't have an alibi for right now. He is invading my privacy. My guy just said, don't do that. You're not listening. He doesn't talk to people that don't listen or can't understand him. He listened to you all day. He goes, I've listened to him every day, all day for 7 years. No, longer. He said, don't tell him how long, but 7 years. McNamara email was 7 years ago. So I've heard him. I've listened to him. So has the judge that gives us investigatory orders. So has the shrink. So, he doesn't have anything to say I don't already know. The problem is he's not listening to me. I said, don't contact her. Don't invade her privacy. And she's not to be broke again. Not anymore. So anyway, okay, so they'll have their people call in, get around an algorithm, and get me on their pictures of me on the doorbell camera so they can go into court and say, see, we got pictures of her in Tulsa doing normal things normal people do to prove we're not stalking. Everybody's like, wow, that's a hillbilly cover-up if I've ever seen it. So one night I was staying at a hotel, and I made an arrangement with the owner or the manager. Here's what I can pay. Here's when I can pay it to stay for the whole week. And actually was their idea, and I agreed to it. So I owed them a certain amount of money before I went back, before the morning. So I'm working all night long, and it was just not, they'll do this stuff where they take me to an order way far away, so I use up all my gas, and then I get no orders back. See, the way DoorDash works is you're supposed to go to delivery somewhere if you take it maybe outside your zone, but you're supposed to get orders on the way back in. You're supposed to. That's how it works. So, Mr. Perry, I don't care what you think. Please stop contacting me. No one understands why the fuck you try to talk to me. I truly don't care what you think. We're all sick of hearing you talk at all. I don't care what you think. So they'll do this stuff. They're trying to drain my gas out. And, or I get my picture taken on the doorbell camera. It's I'm going to tip you with canned food here. Low-class bullshit. These guys, by the way, Mr. Perry, that are helping me, they take very good care of their wives and their girlfriend. There's no canned food about it. And ex-wives. So my guy's really upset with my ex-husband. He said, I take care of my kid's mom because she did a good job raising my kids. They're all grown now. I know she had to do it a lot by herself because I worked a lot. I know you raised Dennis by yourself, and here's the thing: my ex-wife wasn't going through what you're going through, the horror that you're going through, and I know what you're going through. I'm telling you what they're trying to do next. And if my ex-wife needs money, boy, how do I get it to her? And I don't ask any questions. I don't give her a hard time about it. Your ex-husband will scream and yell at you and make false accusations. We get tired of hearing that. He has no right to treat you that way. You raised his son under very, very extreme duress, prolonged extreme duress, and you did a good job. And there's no excuse for him to treat you like that, except Charles tells him to. So Charles tells him when he can help you and when he can't. Sometimes the money that you're getting is Charles's money. They think you're doing what they want. They'll give a little, here, give her a little money. Or what's called coercion. He's the conduit now since Terry. I don't know. Anyway, so one night they're just doing that all night long. Just 3 steps forward, 2 steps back, jamming everything up. Everything's a mess. I wasn't getting orders for a long time. Then I got these little piddly orders that were upside down I couldn't do anything with. And then they get me orders that are, it's okay. This one pays out good, but I'm having to drive. And then on the way back, I get nothing back. So it's costing me a whole lot more, actually, than, what you might think. And it was just like that all fucking night long. And I was just about to cry. I was so mad. I was so fucking mad. So guess what? My guys got me the difference. Somebody gave me money and said, "Here, go get your room paid for. You all right?" I said, "Yeah, I'm all right." They got me the money that you refused to get me. And then another time, I went to get gas, and I looked at the guy and I go, "I'm fixing to go to work, and until I go to work, I'm broke. I have $2 and I need gas, so $2 worth of gas, please." He goes, "Okay." I went out and I put gas in my car, and it was more, quite a bit more. I walked back in there, and tears are rolling down my eyes. I said, "Thank you so much." He goes, "God bless you, and you have a good day, ma'am, okay?" And I was like, "Okay." So God is doing things for me, or my guys are, and, just to let me know I have my hand on you. My hand is on you in this horrible situation that you're in. And I'm going to use it for good, and I'm going to bless you. Though God never allows. First of all, if you read Job and some other places in the Bible, Satan always has to ask permission to sift us. He has to ask first. He has to go to God and say, "I'm going to sift Job. I want you to take everything he has. He will curse you and die." And God said, "No, he won't. Go ahead and sift him. I'm going to give him back double what you take." It is always that way with our God. Our God is the God of abundance. The thief comes to kill, steal, and destroy. He comes that we might live and live in abundance. So I think that means different things to different people, in my opinion. But for me, and in the situation with Job, God's promise was, you will live in abundance. And I'm going to allow Satan to take everything you have. But my plans for you are always good. Never, ever to hurt you, but to give you hope in the future. And part of that means if I allow Satan to take something from you, my plan is that I'm going to give it back to you twice, double. Double. Isaiah 61. I read it over my life, over my family, over my friends, over me, over all the victims. Every fucking day I read it out loud. Every day. If I don't read it, I quote it because I've got it memorized now. So sometimes I'll do it 2 or 3, 4 times a day. So when you have taken everything that I have, and you read, Joseph said, "What you meant for evil, God has used for my good." And when these things happen, and I'm struggling, and I'm just, going, "Oh God, what am I going to do?" What God has ways of letting you know I'm watching every little thing that happens to you. God knows the number of hair on my head, and I don't even know that. I don't count my hair. He knows that. He knows when a sparrow falls, one sparrow. So he knows everything you do, everything you try to, talk about. He makes sure we get at least 98% of it. And every time he allows you to take something, God allows you to take something. God. Only sometimes we don't find out in time. 98%. Humans, it's not humanly possible to get it all. But we got 98% pretty good. God does not allow you to take anything from me unless he has a plan to give it back to me twice, double for my trouble. That's prevalent in Job, Joseph, David. King David is running from crazy Saul, and he's hiding out in caves. And if you read some of the Psalms, you can tell it hurt him. It hurt his heart. There's people that really have this big faith in God, And when our life doesn't look like we think it should. David is anointed king, and now he's running around in hiding in caves, and that couldn't have been fun. It's not luxurious. It's not pleasant. It's not comfortable to live in a cave. Yeah, there's bat dung everywhere. It's bad. It's nasty. So here he is, king. God, you anoint me king, and I'm living in a damn cave while crazy Saul is running around about to ruin our country. So crazy Charles, same thing, ruining lives like a motherfucker, ruining people's lives, and so. But God had that allowed that for a reason. He did become the king, did he not? In fact, he is in the lineage of the Messiah, Jesus. So David, David had a time where you read the Psalms, you can tell that he's going, what is this, God? I have faith in you. I believe in you. And I'm your servant, and you're making me live in a damn cave. You anointed me king, and I'm living in a damn cave. What happened? That's not what you said. That's not at all what you said. But then he begins to talk himself out of it. He begins to say, but I will praise you all the day long. I praise you. I'm devastated right now. I'm in deep despair. But I'm going to recount the good things that you've done, and I'm going to praise you because you're worthy of my praise, whether things look good right now or they look bad. And that gives me some guidance, actually, in what to do on the days that Mr. Perry makes my life really bad. Some days it's okay. He backs off a little, and it's a little more tolerable. Other days, they really put the pressure on me. I mean, I'm under unbearable pressure to lie and to agree to be trafficked, and I refuse. I'm not going to be trafficked. I'm not going to be pimped out. I'm not going to be your prostitute. I'm not going to be your bitch. I'm not sucking your dick. I'm not sucking your buddy's dicks. I'm not going to lie for you. I'm not going to apologize. I'm sorry you're a cruel piece of shit. There's your apology. That's the only one you're going to get. And everybody knows you want me to lie. So people are outraged and horrified by what you're putting me through. And BTK certainly couldn't understand. Dennis Rader couldn't understand other people being horrified by what he did. It's just what he did. He's a sociopath, psychopath, whatever. But other people, normal people, were horrified. He's horrified by what he did, and likewise you, Mr. Perry. We can get information and you can't. Our guys are very kind, very chivalrous. They all have girlfriends. They all have a real love life, and you don't. We have names and you don't. We can get information from right inside your meetings, right here. That's what that is, and you can't. You have nothing. You don't even know one name. You're putting calls out everywhere, and nobody will call you back. He's not going to call you back. You don't listen. He said he's not listening. So either he can't understand what I'm saying, or he's just refusing. Either way, I said she's not to be broke anymore. You're not to invade her privacy anymore, and you're not to contact her ever again. Period. Just like that. So, if you want mercy, give back what you took, fix what you broke, and get the hell out of her life. I mean, it's that simple. You want to call me, and what are you going to do? Try to bribe me? I'm not going to take your bribe. I don't need to listen to anything you said. I've been listening to you all day, every day for 7 years. Plus. All of you. We're quoting you right here. So what do I need to call you for? You're wasting my time. You're wasting everybody's time. You don't have my consent to use my body to indulge in an imaginary love life, a pretend love life. You don't have a real one. You don't have a real one. Or to exploit me, or to sell me, or anything like that. It is illegal to do that. Felony after felony after felony after felony after felony. It's illegal to coerce. It's illegal to try to make someone do something they don't want to do. Or say something they don't want to say. We're going to false arrest her again, they said last night. Can't let it go to trial. The truth will come out. The judge already heard y'all talking about it. Because our guys listen. They listen, okay? To everything you guys say. And you know that. And things get easier to get their hands on. The longer I'm broke, the more Perry contacts me, the more my privacy is invaded, the more problems and drama and loss you cause for me, and the longer Mike Neely's in jail. People are pissed. Normal people cannot understand what in the fuck would make anyone do what you do. Normal people cannot understand, Mr. Perry, why in the fuck anyone would do what you're doing. Can't understand it. Can't imagine. Cannot imagine. It is unimaginable what he's putting her through. Unimaginable. We hear it all the time. How does she put one foot in front of the other? I heard she's got really good grades. How? How does she have good grades? I don't even know how she puts one foot in front of the other. Y'all hurry up. This is very difficult to watch. What he's doing to her. It's very hard to watch. Hurry the hell up. And they are. But they're not going to call you. He'll waste his time. It's a waste of time. You're not getting a call. But those are some things that have happened to me over the past couple of weeks that God just let me know he's paying very close attention to everything that happens to me, everything that goes on with me, and everything you're doing to me. And he always gives us double for our trouble. Always. And that might come through restitution. It might come a whole different way. I don't even care. I don't even care. So, there's that. But I have said again and again and again and again, I don't consent to be your girlfriend, your friend, your concubine. I don't consent to be contacted by you. I don't consent to your invasion of my privacy. I don't care what you think. Shut up and get away from me. No one understands why you think I would care what you think. No one understands why you think that. I don't care. Please get out of my phone. Shut up and get away from me. Get away from me. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. That's why you didn't get a call back. You don't listen. We've all been listening to you for years. You're not listening to us. You're wasting everybody's time. You're wasting everybody's time. The longer I'm broke, the more we get. The longer Mike Neely's in jail, the more we get. The more you contact me, the more we get. Because I hate it. You disgusting fuck. The more you cause problems for me, the more we get. We got stuff nobody else has. How many times do I need to repeat that for you to get it? How many times do we got to say the same fucking thing for you to get it? So there won't be a phone call. There won't. But God, as you can see, has his hand on me in a very special way. My guys did that night what you refused to do. You were frustrating me. You were making sure I got the runaround all night and didn't make anything. We'll give her a $9 meal. It's going to cost her $6 in gas to get there. Or nothing at all. Right? So, I mean, it was like that all fucking night. I was just going, oh my God, this is frustrating. What the hell is going on? Or I'm getting my camera, my picture taken with a doorbell camera. Algorithms choose drivers randomly. Unless you hacked and get around that, your people can't call and get me as the driver to get my picture on their doorbell camera just working in Oklahoma. Stalker. Okay, so, there, you're not fooling anybody. You're not fooling anybody. I guess you think you are, you're not. And, hang on. Stalking is a felony. Stalking is a felony. Stalking is a felony, and I assert my constitutional rights. And that includes, it's not limited to, but includes equal protection against a stalker. Equal protection of the law. Against gender discrimination, misogyny, stalking, peeping Tom voyeurism. Why the hell would anybody do that? Yeah, it's pathetic and nasty. And hacking and cloning. And grand larceny with intent to coerce. And interference with commerce and contracts with intent to coerce. Or any coercion at all. Understood? I assert that right here and right now, once again, on December 15th, 2022. We can get information like that, and you can't, because everybody is upset and uncomfortable and anxious and stressed out and horrified and disturbed by the hell you have unleashed on me. All right? And don't, when I say, be not deceived, God isn't mocked, you do reap what you sow. Our guys invade your privacy because you're invading mine. But they have a court order or you got a leak. And you don't have anything like that. They're nicer than you. People like them. They don't like you. They don't like you people at all. Charles, you're creepy. You can't get a date with me for millions. I wouldn't walk in a room with you for millions. You embarrass the hell out of me because you're fucking creepy. You're cruel and you're strange-o and bizarre and very, very boring. Very boring. I already know what I did all day. I like men who are chivalrous, they work hard, they act like men, not princesses. Little girly girls play with girl toys. And, act all drama. A soap opera. Oh my gosh, I hate that. I fucking hate that. So, you would never get a date with me. You never have, you never will. I've done my best to kick you off me. These guys that you want a phone call from, What do you know, they're chivalrous. They don't even understand you. Nobody understands you. You're just this ugly, nasty monster destroying everything good. And just, you're fucking hated. People fucking hate you. All of you. So, there's the good that has come, that God did out of that, or they did out of that. Here's 20, go get your damn room paid for. What was it, 20? What was it? It was a little more than 20. He said, don't tell him. Just handed me the money. Here, go pay for your room. They've been watching him do this shit, just jerk you around all night. He said, here, take this money and go get your room paid for. So I did. That was the last delivery for the night. Then I finally had enough to go pay for the room. I was like, I guess I'm going to be doing this till 6, 7 in the morning. I'm exhausted. Can't even keep my eyes open. But it's, they'll jigger it so it's like 3 steps forward, 2 steps back, 3, I don't know. And it's not like that all the time. Just definitely right before a bill's due. They know I need to make a payment on something. They do it then. Pisses everybody off. So when you guys get told on and you get mad that I quote you like this, you did ask for that. We did tell you what you do to cause it. People don't like what you're doing. People are horrified about what you're doing, and because of that, we can get information and you can't. You're not getting a phone call. He said, I've been listening to Perry talk for years. He's not listening to me. You're still broke. Mike's still in jail. He's still invading your privacy, and he's still contacting you. And I said, stop. And I meant it. He's breaking the law, and he is being stopped by me. I don't want to hear about his bribe. Make it worth your while. We just need her to apologize. See, we just need her to lie. Go out with Connie Curry. You two are the same. Boring, nosy body. Talk the same, the whole... Get the fuck away from me. I need for you to shut up and get away from me. I don't care what you think. No one understands why you think I do. That's enough. Don't contact me again. Don't.